So I worked at tech support for a big German retailer, and the CEO's laptop needed some updates on several programs, because we weren't allowed to push that remotely on him. His rule. I go into his office and he was already annoyed about the fact it was going to take longer than 2 seconds. So he said he was going on a break. I do the thing and left. Took me 30 seconds. I get a call from him 5 minutes later. "You fucked up my computer, my screen is flashing and I can't press anything. Get in here now." Sweat pouring down my back as I took the elevator and came back in. "What the fuck did you do? I can't do shit here without you guys messing up every tiny thing. I swear I'm getting a whole new department if this shit happens again." I looked, screen flashing, couldn't even get to reboot. Panic intensifies. I look over to his side of the desk and there's a remote numpad with a folder on the enter key. I pushed the folder off the thing and couldn't hide a grin off my face. "This didn't happen, okay? Don't tell anyone downstairs." First thing I did. Condescending fuck. Medium one tonight. But one of so many from a former employer. I was unfortunate enough to be hired onto a company about 2 months before COVID hit my country. I was certain I would be let go. Lo and behold, I wasn't. But for a very unpleasant reason. But that story is for another time. For now, just know this company outsourced their IT. But didn't really know why they did it or what exactly was outsourced. When we went to remote work, we had downsized to just our HQ. We used to have one other office site further into town. During that time, I was tasked with going down once a week when no one was there and assist with getting Zoom calls set up in various offices so other team members could use them when it was their turn to come to the office. It was beyond simple, and kind of a waste of time. However, on my first day at HQ, I pop open my laptop and notice I don't see a network with the name that I am used to for this company. But I do see a few Wi-Fi printers, some weak signals that are likely from the neighboring companies, and then a full signal admin network. My first thought, oh god, please no. So I call my new boss, former boss who I only had for a month, was let go due to COVID, and ask what Wi-Fi network is used at the office and what the password is. She paused and said she doesn't know as she has never been to HQ. And that I should call person X as they worked out of that office full time. I call person X and below is that conversation. Me, hey X, do you know the Wi-Fi and password for HQ? X, HQ doesn't have Wi-Fi. Me, confused now, but starting to piece together a scary fact. Me, okay, so were all the PC hardwired? X, nope. Me, okay, then how did you get to the internet when you were here? X, I used Chrome. Me, but. You know, never mind, I think I found what I need. I hang up, realizing I was on my own here. I look at the admin SSID and say F it. Click it, password required. I type in admin. Connected. I call the outsource IT company and they confirm that was indeed the network for the building, and they pre-map all laptops and PC to that network to automatically connected when they set up a new user. I ask why the password in network or still factory admin settings? Their response: they didn't ask us to change it. Sharing a story from my project manager. One particular user at client / keeps sending their username and password in a plain text email with multiple CCs. PM kept telling them not to do that, resetting their password and sending it to them with a one-time secret link, and the user would then do the exact same thing again. Finally, PM got fed up and asked for advice in our chat. Senior dev advised him to change their password, wait for them to complain, and then inform them that their account was compromised by sharing their password over email. However, PM went ahead and took a more drastic approach and straight up deleted their account. After their account was deleted, user sent another email with a screenshot of a completely different website. At this point, PM asked them, "What exactly are you trying to do?" and informed them that that was not a website we manage. The user wrote back, "Send me the URL for these credentials," pastes username and password in plain text /. Hi TFDS, been a while since I've posted but have enjoyed reading all your adventures as always. A recent post by you, Blake Black 9, just reminded me about this ticket from last week. One of our clients started getting quite a bit of spam recently, more so than usual, but luckily they're really bad type of spam, so it's really obvious even to the more not tech literate staff. The really bad thing however is that the spam wasn't going to individual users but to their distribution lists. They have quite a few, most are internal use only, but some need to receive outside reports. One such DL they have is an all staff where every other DL is added. For whatever historical reasons this was not set to be internal only from the start. I blame my old colleague for that and also the client who probably agreed to leave it as such. They didn't really have a proper CTO back then and was a bit hectic. So you can imagine when one phishing email suddenly goes to over 500 users is a bad thing. Cue the actual dialogue. I get a ticket from Big Boss Man's $P.A. to let us know of the email. I proceed with my usual search and purge from the portal and then ask $Me, hey $P.A. Do you guys really need this all staff to be open to public? It would be much safer to make this internal use only. Now I don't get a reply for 5 days, the week passes and next week a ticket comes in, follow up to original $P.A. Hey $I.T. _ help desk, I have spoken with $C.E.O. Please make all our distribution lists internal only. Now, like I said before, most DLs already are private, but some absolutely need to be public for very important results and reports from third parties. One specific DL belonging to a certain big money-making department would be devastated if even one of their results doesn't come through, and they deal with about 30-50 a minute. The catch: I was on lunch and one of our newer colleagues picked this up. In terms of the task required, he definitely has the knowledge and access to do it. But as always it's not that cut and dry. By pure chance I'm coming back in the office and passing by my new colleague and see the ticket he's dealing with and to bring him a coffee. I felt generous that day and got the office a coffee from the nice place on the corner. Lo and behold, I nearly dropped the tray and shouted stop. Poor guy flinched like I was gonna throw the coffee on his crotch. He had just started making the DLs private and was just about to do the very important department one. Phew, you have no idea how I went from being chilly coming from outside to sweating like a Finn in a sauna. I apologized to my guy for shouting and explained what he was just about to do. Cue his face going pale degree. I asked him if he didn't mind assigning the ticket to me as I was dealing with it last week and I can put him on as a follower. So now to reply. $Me, $P.A, are you sure about that? Department X would literally implode and $manager there would not only chew my head off but $C.E.O. too, and you know he will. It would mean pound lost in profits for just a few minutes of lost emails alone. 2 minutes later. $P.A, hold on a minute, let me check with $C.E.O. and $manager. 10 minutes later. I get a reply from CTO in the ticket chain. $C.T.O. Hey $Me, ignore that please. Make all staff private for now as well as DL X and Y, those don't get anything external. Please leave A, B and C public and put a note to say they are to never be made private lest we don't want to get paid that month. This wasn't meant as a threat, she meant it as the loss of profits would cripple them a bit kind of joke. I personally know CTO and she has a good sense of humor along with a good head on her shoulders. And so I do and make the description say that on the DL. If you make this DL private we don't get paid by client. Hopefully this will help the future generations at the company not make the mistake my colleague was about to. That's it for now. I've got quite a few more interesting ones I'm hoping to find time this weekend to format and remember, but also starting a new job next week, so I look forward to amusing you with stories from there at some point. Edit. Whoa. Thank you kind strangers for the gold and silver. Also, thank you all for the help in differentiating Q from Q. I get it now and I'll definitely remember it next time I type, but for now I'll leave the original unedited, at least for comedic value. And lastly, boy this exploded a bit. I've tried to keep up with everyone's replies but a bit tricky as I was dealing with another share of picnic cases. Thank you all, I'll try go through all the replies before bed.